Hey guys, welcome back to another computer application tutorial. In this tutorial we're going to keep looking at Prelim 2021. This video is going to focus on question 2. Hope you enjoy it. Alright guys, so question 2 is also a word processing question, and it asks us to open the ToSafety word processing document and insert your name and surname in the header. So let us go and do that. Okay, so I'm opening up my data file. I'm going to go to ToSafety. Alright, and it says in the header. Right, so let's just enable editing and double click in the header. And I'm going to type in Miguel Vieira. There we go. Alright, so that didn't really count for marks. We're going to start looking at what does. Okay, so starting off, it wants us to insert the picture to river next to the text on the first 3 lines to display as follows. So if I have a look, I've got the 3 lines. I've got the picture that is the width of those 3 lines. The picture itself has a border, which is a broken border, dotted lines. And then over here it says note there should be a border around the text and picture. So what we see here, this border around the 2 has to be placed inside as well. Alright, so let's get started. First of all, what I'm going to do is go to insert picture. Okay, I'm going to need to go and look for my folder. Alright, and there's the picture to river, and I say insert, and it is massive. So the first thing that I'm going to do is just resize it a little bit so that it looks like the example. Okay, there is no specific size that they want. They don't mention anything like that. So I'm going to just square it for now and move it to the right where they want it. Alright, so far that is starting to look like the example. Now what we're going to do is go to picture border, and we're going to go to the dashed line, and let me just increase the size, the weight a little bit. Let's put it here. Alright, so that looks a little similar. What we're going to do now is select all these paragraphs. I'm then going to go here to borders and shading, and inside borders and shading I'm going to box it so that I get the border right around. As you can see, there is a border there. The only problem is the picture is in the way, so we can't see the border. So what I need to do to this picture is send it to the back. So under wrap text, you'll see here it says behind text. So I can push it behind text, and then I can just position it with my arrows so that it's sitting similar to the example. Alright, so that is everything that they wanted us to do. Have a look at the example. There's the example, and there's the one we just finished. So you can see that it is exactly what they want. Alright, next question. That was for 4 marks. Next question, we're looking at 2.2, and it says find the text box with the text regulations and do the following. So it says insert the 2act.pdf document into the text box to display as an icon. Alright, so they actually want us to insert this document. So it's not a hyperlink to the document. They want us to insert this actual document. And so we need to insert an object for that to happen. Alright, and then it says here, ensure that when the icon is clicked, the updated document will open. Now, they're mentioning something about when you open it, the updated version of the document needs to show. Now, if I create this object or place this object inside Word now, and I have to go into the object later on and change it, something needs to happen, or I need to at least do something to this object so that the one I placed will automatically update. So there's a few things we need to look at here. Okay, so let's go in. Here's the regulations. This is the text box they're talking about. We need to insert an object. So we're going to go to insert. Over here is the object. And once this window opens, we are going to go to from file, browse, and we are going to go and look for that particular document that they were referring to. There's Prelim, there's my data, and that's the document they want. Alright, when I say insert, it leaves me here, and these two little check boxes we need to pay attention to now. So back to the question, if we look at the first bullet, it says that we need to display it as an icon. So that is pretty easy. All we have to do is make sure that we click on the box and check it to say that we need it saved as an icon, or at least displayed as one. And the second part of this is the updated. So if we want to be able to update the original document, and then when we open up the Word document we're currently in and actually see the update, we need to create it with a link. So we need to tick the box that says link to file. When we say OK, you will see the icon gets put in for us, and if we were to double click on the icon, you'll see it opens up and it wants you to open the PDF, so you can say open. I'm not going to do that. Alright, so there we go, it's done. And in case you're ever wondering if you did create it with a link or not, if you click on the Alt F4, you will see it will give you the function or the field that is basically being run, and that is Alt and F9. Alright, so let's move on now. Next question. Find all the text where only words are underlined and replace it with the same words in a bold and italic font. Okay, the key word we need to look here is only words are underlined. Okay, remember that. Alright, so what we're going to do is go to our home section. Whenever they ask us to find and replace things, we're going to use this feature, the replace. We're not looking for anything specific, so I'm not going to type anything into the text box, but I am going to go to more. Then I'm going to go to format. Under format, I'm going to font. And this is where you need to remember it said only words or words only, and there it is. So we are looking for an underline style that only underlines the words. We click on OK. And then we're replacing with, so what did the question want us to replace with? Over here, we are replacing it with the same words, but in bold and italic font style. So over here, we're not going to type anything into this box, but we are going to go to format, we're going to go to font, and then we're going to click on bold and italic there. Click on OK. And when we say replace all replacements have been made. Alright, so now you'll see that this underline here, nothing has happened, but that's underlined normally with just a line. Where these ones have changed, you can see that they're now bold and italic. And if we look down here at these fields, we've got name and surname, but offense isn't. But that's because the offense is underlined with a normal underline, where the rest are underlined with only words. Let's show you that. Scroll down all the way to more underlines, and if you look here, underline style, can you see it says words only, and that's why only those have changed. Alright guys, so that is that question done. Now we are going to look at 2.4, and it says find the form and make the following changes. Change the properties of the name text form field to ensure that the first letter always displays as a capital. Alright, so the form is here. Here's the form, and this is the form text field for name. I'm going to double click on it. You'll see it opens up the properties, and over here where it says text format, I'm going to say first capital because I want the first letter to be capital. Click on OK, and there we go. The next thing, it says add hybrid as the first option for the offense type drop down form field. So we're going to go to the offense type form field, double click. That opens up the options for that particular field, and they wanted us to add the word hybrid. I add it. You'll see it's down at the bottom. It isn't the first option. I need to move it up to the top, and I can click on OK, and that will put it as the first option. Okay, and then the last thing, it says add a checkbox form field for the no option. Okay, so over here we are going to add a checkbox form field. So make sure your developer is open. I hope you already know how to do that. If not, you're going to go to File. Then you're going to go down to the options. Inside the options, you need to go to Customize Ribbon. And then you'll see the little box for developer won't have a tick in it. So tick it, and then you click on OK, and the developer will appear. Those are those that do not have that. Okay. Now you'll see there is a checkbox over here, but this one is called checkbox content control. They did not ask you for a content control, they asked you for this one, which is a checkbox form field. Click on that, and there the form gets added for you. Alright, so that was 3 marks, guys. Moving down to 2.5, now it says change the paragraph that starts with the following person to display as follows. So you'll see it says the following person, and then it's got the two, a name and surname, and then down to offense. Now when you look at this, you don't know what am I changing it to, but the important thing is that they've showed you the ruler, so you need to see that this is indented. In this case that's 1.5 because it's right in the middle between 1 and 2, and this one here, the right indent, is sitting directly on the 14. So you have to change the indents. By changing the left and the right, that's 2 things you have to do, 2 marks, so that's exactly what we need to do. So let's go to that paragraph. Here we go. So I'm in the paragraph. I'm going to go to my paragraph dialog box, and over here we are going to change this to 1.5. And then the right indent, let me first show you. If I go and show us the ruler, so let's just switch that on, you will see that currently the indent is sitting here on the 16, and if I had to move it to the 14, how far am I moving it? That is 2 centimeters. Okay, so that's what I need to do. Alright, so over here we are going to say 2. Now you will see that I've got the tag there by the 14, which is the way that the example showed us in the question paper. Alright, there we go. That was question 2.5. Question 2.6 says letters must be given to the persons at border control. Complete a mail merge as follows. So firstly, it's saying that we need to use the current document as the merge document and the to name spreadsheet as a data source. Okay, so let's go do that first. Okay, because we're dealing with mailings, we need to go to the mailing section. And over here, you'll see that everything is grayed out, and that's because we first have to create our link. So we're going to say select recipients, and we are going to use an existing list. They told us to use the to names. So click on there, and let us go and find the documents prelim. Okay, they wanted us to use to names. So I click on that and I say okay, open. Right, so there we go, and you will see that the sheet inside to names, there is only one, and it's called offense. So that's the one we're going to use. So I click on OK, and that has now created the link. Great, so that is done, and that is the first part of the question. Now we're going to move on to where it says edit the data source recipient list to include only the data of those persons that are of the age 18 years and older. So they include the 18. So you can do this two ways. We can say greater than 17, or we can say greater than equal to 18. Okay, let's go and do that now. So over here where it says edit recipient list, that's what we're clicking on. Over here we're going to go to filter, and the field we are looking for is going to be age. Over here it says equal to, so we can then scroll through and look for the specific ones we're looking for. So if I say greater than or equal to, over here I need to type in 18. If I just said greater than, I'd have to make sure I type in 17. I'm going to say OK. There we go. OK. And there I've done that. Now the next point says replace the text name with the name field, surname with the surname field, and offense with the offense field. Alright, so that is pretty easy. Let's go and do that. So I'm going to select this. Then I'm going to go to my mailings, and it says insert field, and I'm going to insert it with name. So there we go. The next one is surname. So I select it. Then I go to insert merge field and surname. And then the last one is offense. What I'm doing is I'm using the shift key and the arrows to just select that. Sometimes you can just backspace if you go too far. It's sometimes more precise than using the mouse. Here we offense, go to insert and offense. Alright, so there I've done that. And then the last part of the question says save the document but do not close it. So we're going to go here, you click on save but do not close it. So stays open, and let's read the next question. Now it says complete the merge and save the merge document as to safety merged. Alright, so now we have to complete this merge. So what we're going to do here is we're going to go right to the end where it says finish and merge. We are going to edit individual documents. We want all of them. They didn't tell us to only do the first few records or the current record. They didn't mention it, so we say all and we say OK. Now what you will notice is that now there's two Word documents. The one that we were working in, and now this one here, which is the one that the computer has generated for us. So let us go to this one. You will see that the number of people that we need to send this to has been merged, and we've got 23 copies here. Alright, so all we need to do, we don't have to look through this. They just want us to save this as to file or save. I'm going to save it in the exam folder that we're busy working in, and I'm going to call this to safety, let's just make sure what they want. To safety merged. To safety merged. Alright, and save. So there we go. Now we've got the merge document that is to safety merged. I'm going to close that. And we've got the original document we were working in that I can now close as well. Alright, there we go. That was the last question for question 2. There was 21 marks, guys. I hope it's helped you to understand a little bit about mail merge and some of the other topics that we covered within this question. I will see you again in the next video. Stay tuned and bye for now.